Hello and welcome to Netflix's The Rain. I'm Dan.
And I'm Keith.
And we are discussing our reactions to the pilot of The Rain, a Netflix original that came out on May 4th. We just watched it. What do we think about this show, which we found out after the fact was a Scandinavian drama?
Drama? I thought it was a comedy.
Oh, you. So, yeah, we watched the trailer. We were like, we're going to talk about a new Netflix show. Let's see what we think.
And we did.
And so we got right in there as it was starting up. I was like, you know what? This might not be an American-made production. I see the desaturated tones. I realized that there was no talking in the entire trailer. And then Keith's like, see that backpack? That ain't no American backpack. And then we hear some lovely dubbing.
I love your, like, third time around summary of this event.
This is totally the first time I've talked about this. Yeah, so, obviously foreign films can be great. And and even with dubbing, it can, it usually hurts the experience, but it can be okay.
Actually, to be honest, I don't even know why they dubbed it at all and didn't just sub it.
My assumption would... Well, I wonder if there's an option to turn it on and off. But my assumption would be that their research shows or whatever that people
Americans can't read.
Well, that people are more likely to watch if it's dubbed than subbed.
Is that true in the case of live action, though?
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know. Maybe they thought it wouldn't be that big a deal. I don't know. It might also not... Maybe they didn't even do it specifically for America. Maybe they did it for other countries, too. I don't know.
Which would make it easier to just sub it.
Yeah, I don't know. But the point being that the dubbing was not great. The translation seemed a bit iffy. And a lot of the voice acting of the dubbing was not the best. I think I like this more than Keith. Keith really wasn't a fan. He says, do not watch unless you want to be hit in the face with poison rain.
Well, let's back up.
Okay.
The cinematography actually was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The acting is hard to say because it was the dub, right? So you had that filter going through. That being said, the writing and the pacing were choices.
Yeah. I don't think it was terrible. I think it was easy to feel like it was terrible because of some of the dubbing and stuff. I think it was, like, passably okay. So I'm just going to give a very brief synopsis of what this is. So it's a post-apocalyptic show. They're afraid of the rain because it carries the virus. And basically it starts with this young teenage girl. Her dad pulls her out of school. He's like, holy shit, the rain, though. And so they're running away from the rain. They get into a car accident and they run to a secret bunker that only the dad knows about. And then he abandons the family there to go do something important. And there's a virus in the rain, and apparently the little brother is immune when the mom dies, so the older sister has to take care of the younger brother. This is all in the pilot. So it's all about them being stuck in this bunker, just the two of them, and her trying to protect him, and then time passes, and then they're like, maybe we can leave the bunker or something, but oh, apparently people are going to shoot us if we leave the bunker. That's the whole pilot. So... First of all, it's hard to make Rain being the enemy not hilarious.
It actually isn't.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think... I think that as a premise alone is not hard to do.
You don't think so? I think it's kind of. It's just to me, it's just a little bit innately silly. But I'm not saying they can't get past that.
Yeah.
But I think it is innately silly.
I don't think it was well done because very early on... They did a bad job establishing who people were and what the stakes were.
Yeah.
And that, to hold off secrets has to work if you do it right. I don't think it was done right. It was just shoehorned and rushed.
Yeah.
And then through all the rushing around, most of the episode was filler.
Yeah. Well, and then I agree with you. It's really a pacing thing because... On the one hand, it felt like almost nothing happened, but on the other hand,
as you describe it, a lot of things happened.
Yeah. On the other, a lot of the problem is that so much happened in the first like 7 minutes. Where first of all, they should have spent a lot longer of just her in the high school, so we got a feel of who she was as a person.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe even, and they should have had maybe some more flashbacks to the family that weren't just plot specific, that were maybe character driven.
I'm going to go as far to say is they should have done one of two things.
Yeah.
They should have either not even had anything bad happen in the first episode, or started the first episode after bad things happened and then went to flashbacks.
Yeah, that could have worked too.
And I like slow burns. I like slow pacing, but it has to be done intelligently. And I don't think there were a lot of choices that just seemed kind of amateurish. It just did not make sense to me.
Didn't work for you. I think that there were some highlights. I do think that the main actress's acting at points, again, it's hard to tell with the dubbing, but I think her facial acting was solid. Certainly not...
There's a lot of facial acting.
Yeah. I mean, that she has to do a lot, because I'm sure they knew going in that there was going to be a lot of dubbing and stuff. I think she did a pretty good job. The little kid... As far as little kids go, wasn't like the worst little kid I've seen in anything, even with the dubbing.
Right, I mean, because they didn't...
But whoever dubbed the dad was not good. Because it just seemed so perfunctory, or he's just like, it's the rain, it's the virus, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, through a dramatic scene of, like, the mom dying, I was just like, it felt like I was watching the trailer, not the actual scene.
With all the cuts to black.
Yeah, the, like, weird cuts to black and the, like, silly slow-mo. Also, I think part of the reason why, like, they didn't make the rain that frightening is for a show called The Rain, we weren't seeing the rain that much. Like...
Which actually, and here's the thing, it comes back to where do you tread it? Because it almost would have been more effective if you didn't see the rain at all. If it was all done through sounds.
Yeah.
So if you had sounds of the rain falling and sounds of people suffering or something, not necessarily overhyped while they're in the bunker, but something to that degree, that could have been effective.
Yeah.
But we had this weird muddy middle space where we didn't see a lot. We also didn't intentionally get things held back in a strategic way. So you just kind of had a little smattering here, a little smattering here.
Well, I'm thinking about stuff like the beginning of The Last of Us, where you're sort of walking through the house and you'll see, a little thing here and there is off. And it gets like a little bit more, and you see the news, and then and then one person bursts in, and then you go into and also I feel like there's been other, I forget, maybe Dawn of the Dead or something, where it's just like, they're going through their daily life, and you're hearing little snippets of something's wrong out in the larger world.
How would you learn about if something was happening? Like, what would it actually be like? Not like, I know everything, here I am, I'm getting you, here's the plot. Here's the premise.
I mean, I think to a certain degree, so the dad's incredibly important, and the son's incredibly important, all in like the first 5 seconds. And then we're getting dribs and drabs of how important the dad is, from as she flashes back to things, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know why you're separating this out. Like, it's not surprising to me because he's the only character we know connected to this entire organization. So I'm like, okay, apparently he did everything. He just killed the whole human race. But I do think, I think there were some solid ideas. Like, I am interested as to who these, like, the cliffhanger is a solid cliffhanger. It's like, who are these people, who's still alive, who isn't?
You do like that cliffhanger?
I thought it was I thought it was interesting enough. I'm not saying it's like next level or anything. I just don't think it's bad.
I can't get over. There are things that just immediately jump out to me that make me think this is a knockoff of an apocalyptic video game in a TV show format. So there are a lot of tropes that they're immediately falling into, and they're not even doing it as good as Last of Us. So even when you're talking
to me, Last of Us is a high bar, but
but the thing is, like, if you think about it, like, you're making a TV show, and so you don't have to worry about like gameplay things. And when you're taking something which is so heavily used in like video games, very classically so, and there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad in that field, it evokes all the bad.
I don't know. To me, I think there were things in there that I like. Like, I like the idea of taking the apocalyptic genre and making it about a brother-sister relationship. And I liked the idea that it jumped 5 years and they were down there for that long. Now, do I think they handled it super well? No. Do I think that the time jumps were like a little like they seemed like you were like, oh, here's a little time jump, like a couple weeks, and now suddenly he's humongous. And
I'm a man now, sister.
And
I'm going outside. But first, nappy time.
And also just like there weren't enough not enough changed in those 5 years. Like, it seemed like he never again tried to go back outside. He had never been like, he had never brought up wanting to go outside in those 5 years. Like, it was just like, so like, but I feel like the core idea, I'm like not against. I think the thing is that to me, what it is it felt really weird to be a TV show pilot because it had so many of the hallmarks of a movie where they're trying to do so much in 2.5 hours, and that's all the time they have. Where
I'm like, have 8 episodes, so why not wait?
And I feel like they could have easily drawn this. It's so weird to say because I like we were saying, in some ways not that much happened, but in other ways, like I think they could have drawn out this episode into 3 episodes, and it would have been better. It's just you have to make it more about character things happening.
Which I think they thought they were.
Yeah.
But they did not.
Yeah. Well, because it was just... There were moments that I'm like, this could have been a good moment in a good show. Like the thing of the dancing, right? It's like, the brother is like kind of pissed, and you're like, okay, is he upset
because like 3 seconds
Yeah, and it's like, I don't even know if he's mad at her, if he's depressed... And, like, I can't tell what her feelings are. Yeah. And then she's just, like, happy dancing. I'm like... Okay, like, that could be a great moment, like, well earned, but I don't feel like it was earned. And then, like, I honestly did really like her trying to go up the steps and not being able to go outside. I thought that was interesting, but I don't feel like I feel like they should have had more than one, like, they should have dealt with that a few more times, or had us be in her headspace more. I actually as weird as it was, I kind of liked her talking to her family's hazmat suits, because it was just odd, and it felt like, I wish it had taken longer, though.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, it should have been like her becoming unhinged kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible show, but I certainly...
I like the cinematography.
Yeah.
I like the color palette.
Yeah.
There are interesting ideas in there. Yeah. I don't think the execution was there. I just don't. Will we watch it again? Will we watch episode 2? Probably not.
I might.
You might.
I might. I'd have to update you on the greatness of the rain.
Dan will, and he will just text me live updates.
So yeah, I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, I might watch more of it, but I wouldn't like recommend people watch the show. I might be like, hey, this is weird. If you're willing to try something out there, give it a shot. But like, to me, this would be like, hey, I'm bored. Maybe I'll throw this on and see what happens. But that's our feelings on The Rain. Do you guys disagree with us? Are we just silly Americans? And let us know in the comments below. Are we silly Americans, Keith?
No.
Okay. Jesus. Good evening.